All right, y'all. Porch Light Garden in here. This is the back of my shed. Let me see if I can get y'all a good picture. Look at that, y'all. I got a grapevine. So I took one of my old greenhouses and I used the bars and I wrapped this old grapevine. What I did is I cleaned this whole thing out and made sure I didn't damage any of the grapevine. I mean, I did good for the most part, but it needed to be trimmed anyway. But as you see, it is growing. But check this out. Here I got another one by my fence, leading all the way trellising up here. But look at that. Look at that, y'all. Grapes already here, minding their business. And no one would have known unless I went out here and cleaned everything up. Look at that. Now, 9 times out of 10, because we got a real high bird population in this yard, they gonna come and swoop all these, y'all. I can do what I can to cover them up, but honestly, I don't see that happening. Now, obviously, my neighbor got some grapes over there. So, I don't know if over time they just grew over here or the birds came over and just, let's say, let loose on this side of the yard. Or, well, no, he told me he actually planted those. So these, I have no clue how they got here, y'all. But they were here when I got here. I just had to find them. So look, the moral of the story is to go ahead and look through your yard, or not, even if it's not a yard, look through your garden space and see what you got there. Because you never know. In my previous situation, I found all kind of stuff. Speaking of which, let me show you something.
Spying on you. What a stupid, ridiculous little Holy fuck!
All right, y'all. So look, this is called a wineberry. Let me get back, or a dewberry. Now, obviously, it has covered this whole area. But let me tell you the origin story of this. I found this in the woods next to where I was staying at a couple years ago. I pulled it. It was a vine about that big, maybe a little bit less. Actually, about half this size. Okay, half that size. Pulled it, put it in the pot. All the leaves fell off. Next season came, it grew a little bit. All the leaves fell off. I got here, buried it, and now look at this. It's almost taking over. Now these elderberries are reigning supreme, obviously, but yeah, it's doing its thing. So I don't know when the birds gonna come, but as you see, they got stuff shooting out from the dirt under it. So like the raspberries is just shooting up. So I got a nice little hedge here. But here's the funny part. So I'm walking past my air conditioning unit, and what do I see? Well, that's the air conditioning unit. Oh, yeah, right. So I see elderberries growing. Now, I could think that maybe they're the same type of elderberries I had here, and the birds did their thing. But when I dug it up, the root was about big as my fist. And that wasn't even the whole root. So that's been here for years. So now I got a different kind of elderberry to help pollinate my other elderberries. And if you know anything about elderberries, you need a different kind of elderberry in order for it to pollinate. So, with that being said, it's looking a little bad right now. I got it propped up, I got it watered, but because those roots are good, no matter what these plants do, them roots are gonna be fine. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. If you look back there, I didn't even know elderberries were back there. Look, you know why? Cause I've been cutting that bush ever since I got here, thinking it was just a mulberry tree, and I didn't even want to cut it because of that. Y'all know I've been looking for mulberries. Now I got them everywhere. The point that I'm making is, y'all, look in your yard and see what you got, because you never know what you're going to find. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll wait until another video for that, but I'm out.
Comme une bulle dans un bocal, j'ai perdu pied au fil des jours. Et c'est la vie qui me tramène, et ses amours, et ses amours.